Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to the first episode of... Oh, sorry. Got to get this camera situated. So welcome to the first episode of Road2Glory. And so we're going to jump right into some gameplay. Let me go ahead and get some audio working for you all, because I'm sure you want to hear. Yes. All right. And hold on 1 second. Oh, there goes my other glove. So yeah, welcome to Road2Glory. It's kind of hasty. It's been a long day, I'll tell you that much. Didn't even know this was going to happen tonight because of the Hurricane Ida or Tropical Storm Ida hit us last night, and I lost all power. Not necessarily power, but I lost the internet, and so I've been rushing all day, and OBS wasn't cooperating. But we are going to go ahead and get into this. And I'm just really, today it's really about like sharing my story and why I do this and how I got into eSports and how I got into sim racing. And so today, as I do that, I will be playing, where are we at? I'm going to try to qualify for this weekly event, or let me see how well I can do. One thing you're going to realize is that, so for me, I got into eSports and I got into like sim racing through watching YouTube. T Martin, actually, he was playing it, and so through him playing it, I really began to, you know, take an interest in his gaming. And then one time he played, what is the name of this game? Oh, he played F1. I think at the time it was like 2019. And so he was playing it, and I was like really excited and really interested and really liked what he was doing. And so I was like, you know what, let me check it out. I had played some sim racing games, and that's actually not even sim racing, just regular racing games in the past. And I really wasn't a fan of video racing games, because it was just like, it was weird, you know? You would think that they would be fun, but I guess not having a wheel and using your controller, and then sometimes like it really wasn't all that cool. It just didn't take an interest in me. I do remember though, there were some racing games that I did love. Like for example, I really loved Rad Racer back on Nintendo, way back when. I'm dating myself. Yes, I'm old, but yeah, I really loved it. And so, you know, I did that, and there was another one that I really liked too. But I stopped really playing racing games because it just didn't appeal to me. And then I saw him play, and I was like, you know, let me try it out. And it started with Gran Turismo, and then from Gran Turismo, I was like, let me try out this F119, and I did that and had a controller and got really frustrated. And then, but with Gran Turismo, I really liked it. And so I decided to invest in it. And now 2 years later, here I am with this channel and with an opportunity just to learn more about sim racing. Now, I will definitely let you know I'm not the expert at all. Hey, Steffi, what's going on? And also shout out to In the City, what's going on as well. Yeah, I will definitely let you guys know I am not the professional sim racer yet. That is my goal. That's what I want to work towards. That's what I want to attain. But you know, I'm here to do, you know, to enjoy this ride and to learn, as well as, you know, to try to teach. And so I really want to make this whole thing an opportunity for all of us. In the City said Gran Turismo was decent. Yes, Gran Turismo was decent. I'm really waiting on Gran Turismo 7. I thought I was going to come out.
Screen on your multi-function display will allow you to change various settings as you drive.
Clearly, it's not.
Open the display with the MFD button. You can then navigate up and down to the setting you want to change.
So the track we're on, by the way, is the track they're actually racing this weekend. I don't know if you guys watch F1 racing. Oh, Need for Speed, yes, yeah. I don't know if you guys watch F1 racing. I actually became a huge F1 racing fan because of the game and just the series on Netflix. And so this past weekend, it was really interesting because they were at one of my favorite tracks, which is Spa. And it rained all weekend. And so like, it was just horrible and ended up getting canceled. Well, not necessarily canceled. They did 2 laps. And then they brought them in. But this weekend, this upcoming weekend, they're in the Netherlands at my favorite track, at least to race, which is what we're about to do now, which is called Zandvoort, if I got that correctly. So
there's a few cars out on track. Perhaps we should get out there before it gets busy.
Let's actually look at our setup. Okay. So as we venture on this journey, we are going to actually go through all of this. We're going to talk a lot about car setup. We're going to talk about what does it mean, the best ways to drive, braking, how to learn a track. But today, I just really wanted to
dry weather all the way.
Sort of just drive and let you guys get to know who I am. So I'm going to do something that I know Steffi knows is very hard for me, which is I'm going to talk and drive. And so we'll see how it goes with that, but it should be fun. Now, I've ran this track already in preparation, so I sort of know the setup I want. But actually, I think this is a good segue into another little deal that we'll be doing. So I use a program that I call, hold on one second, Hot Laps. If you guys are familiar with Hot Laps. And so we're actually going to use this program to a lot. Part of it is to track how fast I'm going.
Right, here's
Another
something
part
to
of
remember
it will
about
be
this circuit.
to,
There's a lot of steep camber and elevation changes here, so be careful, especially on cold tires. Turn 12 is very tight and can sneak up on you,
talking,
so turn
so
in nice
it's kind of
and
hard
early.
for me to talk over him. But the other part of it is it does a lot of good setups, and so I want to use it for that. And so let's see if I can log in here real quick. Hold on one second. Come on, mouse. Hold on one second. All right, so yeah, here is the hot lap setup, and we're gonna go to the Zandvoort track, which I believe should be right here. Okay, here we go. So we can go to Zandvoort, and I've done this before, which is we'll go to the PlayStation. Let me make this a little larger. And then we'll also choose wheel, because I'm using a wheel, and we'll choose F1 2021. And so actually you can see I'm in third right now, which is kind of exciting, with a 1:13. I ran that earlier this week, which is actually my best time thus far. But I really like this guy's setup. And so we're actually going to use his setup. All right. So let's go back.
Okay, just want to remind you to keep an eye on your tyre usage. We have to give 2 sets back at the end of this session, so they'll be unavailable for the rest of the weekend. We'll hand over the 2 most worn sets, so don't ruin tyres you might want to use later.
So yeah, so we'll actually go through these things as the series goes. But today I just wanted to, like I said, sort of get to talk. A little bit about me. Let's start there. As I said, I'm a little older than most. I've been gaming for about 35 years.
Tyres. Just bear in mind we have to return the 2 most worn sets at the end of this session. They're gone forever at that point, so be careful how and when you use them, and don't waste any sets that you might need later on.
Hold on. And to date myself, let's just say I was out when the first Nintendo came out. That was my very first system. So that's how old I am. But yeah, I've been mainly, for me, gaming is...
Right, here's something to remember about this circuit. There's a lot of steep camber and elevation changes here,
I'm gonna
so
mute
be
this guy real
careful,
quick.
especially on...
All right. Okay, here we go. So yeah, so mainly gaming for me has been a source of stress relief. It's also sort of been a really good place of learning strategy as well. And then the other thing that gaming is really been most recently is a class, because I am now a part of University of New Haven. Shout out to New Haven. Master's program where I am working on a master's in eSports business and management. And never before did I think that I would be doing that. But I started classes a couple of weeks ago, and it's been great, really great.
Be careful, especially on cold tires. Turn 12 is very tight and can sneak up on you, so turn in nice and early.
So, for anybody who's watching, let me know more about you as well as we go on this journey together. All right, let's actually get out and drive, shall we? Okay. All right, so this first lap, we're going to sort of take it slow. I should have done a drive out, but it's okay. So we can get heat in the tires as well. And I guess I can, sort of really show you all strategies when I drive. So we're coming up on the start, and I believe this is going to be I thought it was going to be I don't know what kind of lap this is. All right, here we go. Oh, you know what? This is a qualification. That's what I'm realizing. All right. Since I'm qualifying, you might want to. So, part of the strategy when racing, the first thing that you learn, and I sort of put it in everything that I do, is like you got to learn how to go slow to go fast. And what does that mean exactly? That means that you got to really understand and learn the track. And a lot of times, in order for you to learn the track, you have to go slow, because you got to figure out where your braking points are. So, for example, my braking point for this part will usually around the 50, and I want to go down to 3, and then I'll brake in here, and then right here I'll go down to 2 and downshift. I need to go slower around this corner so I don't hit that wall, and then I'll speed back up, and then right here I'll brake there. I usually going to be around 7th gear for that, but I'll come down to 5. I'll bring this all the way around. It's a DRS zone right there, so I'll gain a little more speed, and then we'll start the lap again. So for here, I'll brake around the 50 down to 3 and cut into this apex. And the goal of cutting into the apex is so you can build the most speed coming out.
Okay, just want to remind you to keep an eye on your tyre temperatures, which you can do on the temperature panel of the MFD. We monitor carcass temperature and surface temperature,
brake hard here,
and you'll get the best performance when they're both inside a normal operating window.
You also have to be very
surface temps tend to fluctuate faster, so try a few laps with the data open and get a feel for how to control them.
This next one is usually at an 8, but I'll just let up off the gas. And then as I come off the apex, which is right there, I'll bring the gas back up, and I'll do the same thing here. I'll let up off the gas, go down to a 6, come around, and then brake pretty hard here, so then I can turn in. Usually at a 3, I'll do the same thing here, brake there, and come in, try to stay as close to the apex as possible. another DRS, and this is back where we sort of started. So going here, looking for that 50 marker right there, breaking down to a 3, come in, go down to a 2. I know people are probably gonna be upset with me. We're driving right now, and then going down to a 4 here, catching that curve, and then going around. All right. So I'm going to actually head to the garage because I do want to time myself in hot laps, as well as give you all. Oh, I just realized.
To view
my
your
bad.
current tyre, brake and engine temperatures, press the MFD button to open the multifunction display.
You guys
and then
didn't
press
see
it
any of
again
that.
to cycle
I keep
through
making
till you
that
reach the
mistake.
temperature information screen.
So, what we're going to do though is I am going to now go out and do some hard practicing, and I will give you all some music to listen to as well. So let me pull that up.
Our best lap so far is a 1 minute 34.0.
And just let me know if the music is too loud, and I will turn it down. I actually won't hear it myself, so. Hopefully it's not too loud. It doesn't look like it's too loud. All right, so
We're 15th in the speed trap, 162.7 miles per hour.
And sort of re-explain myself again, and then we'll do some actual running of the laps. And I apologize about that mistake. Still learning this whole OBS thing, but I'm sure we'll be great sooner or later. Here we go. We're gonna drive out this time,
Engine fired.
and I'll
We're
explain
set.
to you all what I was just doing so that you can understand. And then we'll go in and try to see if we can get a fast lap. I'm actually on hard tires as well, which is fine. But it's not gonna give me the fastest speed. All right, so I said I would brake here at a 3. Bank. I always come off that bank. This is one of my favorite parts because you just get to go as fast as you can possibly go. I'm not going to go that fast. Usually I let up off the gas here, go down to a 7, and then bring it back up. I do the same thing, go down to a 6, and then I brake right here, 3, turn in, brake back down to a 3. Usually my markers are around the 50 mile marker, the 50 foot marker. And I'll do it again, come down to a 3, come in on this apex, and I'll jump down to a 2. And then catch the speed again. Over here, come down to a 4. Come off the curb. DRS, and then we're back at the beginning. All right, now let's see how great we can do. Part of racing. Ooh. Yes.
That was a heck of an impact.
Heck
Let
of
me
an
know you're
impact.
okay.
Yes, you have to watch those curbs. All right. Oh, they're not gonna let me. I gotta retire from the session. Oh. All right, we're gonna go to the next practice. All right. Let me look at, make sure we still have the same setup. 3, Yep, everything looks good. Actually, let's choose a session this time. We'll do race strategy on the softs.
Right, here's something to remember about this circuit. There's a lot of steep camber and elevation changes here, so be careful, especially on cold tires. Turn 12 is very tight and can sneak up on you, so turn in nice and early. Let's get a few laps under our belt.
This time we're going to take our time so we don't crash and ruin another practice. So another tip I can give that I had to learn is always brake in a straight line. You don't want to brake while you're turning because you're not able to get the best grip. And even when you're turning, you actually don't want to accelerate because you also lose grip as well. So the mechanics behind driving and racing takes a lot of coordination. I gotta learn how to also be more confident on certain corners. Like I could have took that corner a lot faster. I'm actually behind time. Working to my delta. Caught a curb. I was doing really well too. All right, let's see if we can get better.
That lap was no good. We need you to improve on that. Yes, this is a good lap. Great lap. You've nailed what we asked for. Keep it up.
right there. I should have been a little more confident and trusting of the car. So I went off track, so therefore this time is not going to count.
Okay, you weren't quite good enough that lap. Try again.
That's a little better. Hesitated on that corner. But a much better time. Almost a second
Okay,
faster.
super job so far. We're getting great data.
All right, we're actually gonna go to the garage.
Stay focused.
So, I like what I did there. Actually, let's take a look at what that looks like in hot laps. All right, so let's move over to the hot laps screen.
Our best lap so far is a 1:14.7.
Oh, come on. Okay, well my keyboard doesn't want to be cooperative, so we'll do it this way. Let's mute the music and go to hot laps. Okay, and now we're gonna come down to me. So a hot laps, you can actually do F1, and you can also do instead of Corsa. So we're going to look at this last lap I just did.
Here's something to remember about this circuit. There's a lot of steep camber and elevation changes here, so be careful. Especially on turn 12 is very tight and can sneak up on you, so turn in nice and early.
Okay, so this is my telemetry. So it talks about everything I did, right? So in terms of the speed, in terms of my throttle, braking, which is always important, and this last one is throttle, I believe. Okay, so one thing I always like to do is compare, and hopefully this will work and it won't kick me out. So I'm gonna compare it to the fastest lap out there. So actually, let's do it this way because sometimes it kicks me out. So go back here and we'll go to PlayStation, wheel 21, and we're going to look at our friend here with the 108, 109. And then we'll do a comparison of my last lap, most recent lap. All right, so I believe I am in the red and he is in the blue. And yeah, so red, blue. Things I usually look at the most on this is braking, because that I know is how you sort of get faster, is braking and then coming off and getting back on the throttle. Oh, this last one's coasting. That's what it is. So if you look here, let's just actually start with coasting. I did a lot of coasting. Like for example, he didn't coast here. I did. He didn't coast here. He didn't coast there. He coasted sort of in the middle. I also coasted right there. So that's where I'm losing time, and I can definitely get faster. But a part of it is like what I said, is really more about like being able to believe in yourself and believe in the car. And that's a lesson, I guess, you know. And I forgot to mention this. I'm a former educator, so it's all about teaching and learning for me, and trying to figure out things. And so, and I try to find life lessons in these games and as well. And so, yeah, literally is a lesson, right? Like this idea that like a lot of times we can not be confident in ourselves or in what it is that we're doing, and because we're not confident in what we're doing, we tend to not be able to do our best, right? So, in looking at braking, I pretty much hit a lot of the breaking points. However, for me, one thing that I struggle with braking is I brake too late. And so when I brake too late, I'm actually not able to get back on the throttle and be able to give a lot more speed earlier on the exit. And so that's one thing that I know I need to work on. If I look here, I see that he brakes early, and because he's able to brake early, you can see right here that he's able to get back. So this is him dropping off the throttle, and this is him coming back on the throttle, where and his is a gradual coming back on the throttle. Whereas you can see mine, I got another throttle later, and so I wasn't able to have this same peak speed. If you look at like a lot of his speeds are all plateaus, right? Whereas a lot of my speeds are not plateauing, or if they do plateau, it's sort of like a gradual and like a little drop off. Like if you look at the one, I keep forgetting that you guys, I don't think you can see my arrow. Oh, but you can now see. Okay, yeah. So if you look at this one right here, right, I have a little drop off right there. Same thing right here, right? So these are all places and areas that I can improve when working on my speed. All right, but enough about that. Let's actually get back into some racing, because I know that's what you guys are here to watch. And I think I'm actually just jump straight to qualifying just to see how I can do. So I'm going to put the music back on, and we are going to get back into qualifying. All right, let me adjust this screen here so I can see everything that's happening. All right, so the whole reason why I wanted to do this is F1 every week they have qualifying challenges, and so I've been trying to build up my confidence as well, so that I can actually race against online a little more. And so I usually do that by sort of comparing myself. One thing you'll learn about me, and I've already shared this in some of my pre-streams, is that I'm not on pace. So if you look right now at the leaderboard, you see 108s, 109s, and those are people who are on pace in terms of what it means when you're racing. And so for me, I'm now on this track. I used to be 7 seconds behind, 6 to 7 seconds, and now I'm only 4 to 5 seconds behind. So I'm actually feeling really good about myself about that, because typically I'm a little slower, and a second is a lot when it comes to racing. So if you look at these times, look how close they are, right? So you have like 108.91, 108.93, 108.97. So like these times are really, really close. And so for me to only be 4 seconds is far away, but for me to have already gained 2 seconds in speed says a lot. So we're going to skip practice and go straight to the track. I am going to get quiet for this, so you guys just enjoy this ride. And if you have any questions, please put them in the chat, and I'll do my best to be able to answer those as well. So one thing I did not do is I did not save my settings, but I believe I remember them, at least most of them. Oh, actually, lucky for me, I still have it pulled up, the setup. So 10, 11. All right, here we go.
The track is pretty quiet at the moment. Perhaps we should get out there and get a few laps in.
Yes, sir. We are going to get out there and get a few laps in. Two, and like 8. All right, and 100. Okay, here we go. Actually, let's save this so that I don't have to forget it anymore. All right, I'm just gonna, for sake of time, just call it Nether, and then I'll go back in and change it. Ah, there we go.
The forecast is good for this session. Dry weather all the way.
All right, here we go.
All clear the garage, please. Car ready to leave.
All right, I am now going to get quiet, and I'll see you all on the other side. All right, so I fared pretty well there. Let me go to the garage. Hard to talk and drive. It's one of the hardest things to do. But yeah, I fared pretty well there, so pretty happy. Actually, let's look at how I did time-wise.
So far, our fastest lap is a 1:14.2.
All right, so 1:14.2. Like I said, usually I did a 1:13 is my fastest. So clearly I can get faster. Trying to see 25, 24, 22, 25 to 26. So that second section is where I am really slow.
We're 20th in the speed trap, 195.2 miles per hour.
Almost on pace on those other ones, 25.6, 25. I believe he got 25.5, yeah. And then 22.4, and I did 22.6. So I'm actually on pace. I need to get quicker in that middle section. So there's 8 minutes remaining. I'm going to see how I do, and then we'll
the car settings
wrap
screen
it up.
on your multi-function display will allow you to change various settings as you drive. Open the display with the MFD button. You can then navigate up and down to the setting you want to change. Everyone ready? Okay, let's go.
While I'm going out, another tip that I can share that I had to learn: when you're driving, you're not actually looking like what's in front of you. You're sort of looking almost like a second, 2 seconds ahead. It's kind of weird to say, but you want to anticipate what's about to happen, right? So that like when that turn does happen, you're not necessarily just reacting to it, but you're actually prepared for it. So another life learning lesson there, right? So if you look ahead, you don't have to react, you can respond. That's the better way to put it. So yeah, you're always looking ahead, 2 seconds ahead, and you're not actually looking at what you're doing in the moment. That's a much better turn on that one. Let this guy pass. All right. I'm gonna go on mute and get ready to. Yeah, I didn't want to wreck my car, so I got to the garage quicker. All right, let's try this again. I'm gonna do a flying lap out just so I can get right into it. So because of that little spin out, I'm not actually going to be able to get another opportunity. As you can see, the time is about to wind down to 0, and so this lap will not count. Yep. So my best time was a 1:13. $1:14 rather. This is my best time. So I'm ranked 5,090 out of 5,932. So not necessarily the best showing, but you know, you win some, you lose some, you know. And like I said, you know, I'm still learning. This is definitely a work in progress. What's going on, Racer Rack? Checkers only. Yes, I agree. I definitely agree. So one thing you do get to do though is you can actually attempt to qualify again, but they do give you a time penalty for that. So yeah, this is Road to Glory, and I know, you know, this is the first one, the first official, and you know, it's kind of I don't know. I enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys did too. But we'll be here every Thursday. And I can guarantee you it will get better each and every Thursday as well. But for now, I just want to appreciate and say thank you all for watching, for showing up. And please, 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 as always, hit the like, subscribe button. Share this as well. And I'm looking forward to like learning more from you all. Dope. I'm reading the messages. I'm sorry. Racer Rex said, we're here taking notes and learning. Hype. That's great. And Racer Rex, hey, if you have notes to share, definitely share them with me, because I'm just learning just as much as you are. And yeah, I'm just really looking forward to this. Like I said, this is just my journey. This is something I just wanted to sort of document as I learn to try to get better, and eventually, hopefully, be able to compete on a at least a semi-pro level, you know. So with that being said, this is Road to Glory. Appreciate you. Thank you, by the way, to shout out to eSports for hosting this. I really appreciate Steffi for, you know, giving me this chance and this opportunity. Make sure that you check out their webpage as well. You'll see all that information at the end screen. But until next Thursday, you all take care. Please, 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 if you want to, DM me. Subscribe, follow, do all those great things. Let's build a family. Let's do something great together. All right. So take care, and I will see you all next week. Peace out.